Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Matt from Night and Day Performance, and we're back on this beautiful 5.7 Hemi out of this 2015 Dodge Charger that we were working on. Today, we're going to go ahead and get the heads taken off, the headers taken off, get the heads over to the Hooper's machine shop, get them cleaned up, checked out, new valve springs installed, and get them ready to get back on the motor. We're also going to tear the face off of the motor and get the old camshaft out, get the old lifters out. We're going to bring you along for the process so you can see the process of taking these out. And we're going to go ahead and check for any damages that might have been caused during the normal operation. This vehicle didn't have any problems when it came in. It came in just because he wanted a camshaft, but we're still going to inspect. We're going to inspect the VVT solenoid, make sure there's not excessive metal in there or anything that could cause a problem. We're going to check cam bearings and make sure there's no issue with the cam bearings that causes them to need to be replaced right now. On average, cam bearings, we usually replace them with full engine builds, not just when we're doing a simple cam job. Just because it's a whole nother process to replace cam bearings. It's not normally within the realms of your normal camshaft replacement. Most of the time cam bearings are fine unless it has a very high mileage motor. This motor, I want to say, has like 15,000, maybe 20,000 miles on it, something like that. It's not a lot. It was a fresh replacement from Dodge. But we're going to go ahead and get the heads taken off. I'm not going to do a hyperlapse, so I'm going to bring you guys along for the picture while I'm doing it. You might end up seeing some of my employees walk by. You might end up seeing something stupid happen. So bear with me. We're going to go ahead and get you guys closer, get you set up beside the motor so you can see what I'm doing as if you were doing it yourself. All right. So now we're going to go ahead and get the heads taken off. To do so, you're going to need a few tools. You're going to need an 8mm for the valve covers, a 10mm for the coil packs, a 15mm for the head bolts, and you're going to need a 10mm again for the top head bolts. So we're going to get that knocked off now. I'm going to bring you guys right here and let you guys see what happens when we tear these motors apart. So you can sometimes do it like this without taking the coil packs off. I'm going to do it for right now just to see if it'll come off. All depends on how tight they are. You can get it like that. It don't always come off that easy. Sometimes it. All right. It's a fairly new rebuild, so that's why these are coming off so easy. If you don't know, this side right here with the sticker is on your driver's side, so remember that for later. Snap a couple pictures for the customer. Now we're going to go ahead and take our valve train off. Rocker shafts are held on 10mm. About the middle. Stronger impact for the battery's dead. Of course. Alright, got the battery. I'm going to keep these with each side. Whoa, I'm about to bust my ass. Normally, you're not going to find any damages with the rocker shafts. It's very rare for those to get damaged. So now we're going to pull out our push rods and we're going to check as I'm pulling them out for any obvious signs of anything bent. True way to test these are on flat surfaces, but I can kind of see just by glancing at them from experience if any of them have problems. You can also hold them together and roll to kind of check them as well. We can look and see the gaps between them. Nothing wrong with these other than I just dropped them. These are not getting reused anyways. Let's check this side. Drop another one. These look good as well. So what you're looking for, just so you guys know the difference, if you mix them up, they're two different sizes. Small one's going to be your intake, long one's going to be your exhaust. Easiest way to figure that out is if you think about it, the intake valves are up near the top of the head, so they have the shortest distance to travel. The exhaust is at the bottom because the lifters are in the same spot right beside each other. So the exhaust has farther to travel, so it has a longer push rod. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and knock off the top bolt to the cylinder head, which here's my little extension cord. Too long of an extension reduces your braking power. Braking bolts loose, so that shorter one. Those tins out. We got 5-10 millimeters on the top of each of the heads. These are not getting reused at torque to yield, so these do get replaced with the cam kits we install. Now I'm going to pull off the cylinder head, and yes, I'm leaving the header on because it's easier to take off with it off the car. Watch your feet because coolant and oil are going to start leaking out. Just like that. And I got the entire cylinder head with the exhaust on it, so these don't get reused either. On your cylinder heads, you don't want to lay it on the face to mess up your mating surfaces. When you open these, if you see coolant in here, don't freak out. It's very normal. When you pull the head off, all the coolant passages release and it goes all over the floor. Every time. Pull the other one off. Same thing for this one, so it's not wasting all over the floor. That drain. I throw those because I don't reuse them anyways. Head bolts are non-reusable. Torque to yield. And if you don't know what torque to yield means, it means that the bolts stretch as you tighten them down. Therefore, it makes them weak.
Then, okay, I see how
21 or 7/8 to take our crank pulley off. And then when you don't want to waste time, you grab the most obnoxious 3-jaw puller that you can find. Ow, that hurt. This is when you don't want to play with the rental tool that auto's on in advance. So you grab something that's completely obnoxious. It gets the job done quick. Oh my god. Woo. Call me?
What?
You call me?
I call you.
Call you said God.
Not say this.
And then makes the process way easier. Easiest way to pull your crank pulley off is with the hydraulic one. Most people don't want to spend the money on it because they don't do these all the time. But for us, we use the hydraulic one. You get these for like 80 bucks at Harbor Freight if you wanted a cheap one. Now, we take off the pump for the water. What accent is that?
I'm surprised this bitch you all that time.
Are you loosening? Righty tighty, lefty loosey on.
It's on there.
No, it's not.
You just being a little bitch. Alright, it's on there.
No, you just being a little. Take off the water pump. Put the line in the coconut and twist it all up. Yeah. 16.
Alright, I got a better idea.
You said you got you a better idea there?
I got a better idea.
Austin said he has a better idea, which means he's probably about to break something. I'm interested to see what his idea is. What's your idea, Austin?
What?
What's your idea?
Find a swivel tin.
Find a swivel tin. We don't have one. Oh, you talking about like the swivel tin socket?
Yeah.
Oh. I got 3 in my box. I thought you meant a swivel tin wrench. Probably should get one. I don't currently have one. Austin,
Yeah.
what does the water pump do?
Pumps water.
Yeah. Oh,
Well, it's not really water. It's not antifreeze, but
got some water in it.
coolant. Got a little
Hey,
bit of
remember what I
water.
told Cam yesterday that they got to loosen bolts to take them off, not
Yeah.
tighten them? You also got to loosen all the bolts.
Hey, you missed another one right here.
No one? What? What I mean?
Another bolt.
It is stuck.
All right, here's my point. I got leverage now.
He said he got leverage.
The leverage now. Bolt don't stand a chance.
Alrighty.
I'm excited about bolt. Well, maybe it don't stand a chance. Bolts over there. Why they put in there so freaking tight?
I was saying reason the water pump was there so tight there, buddy. Because it is. Because it just is. Oh. You still using my battery action or no?
Nah, I'm done now.
That's it.
No, I gotta get those off. But I'll do it though.
I was gonna knock this over quick. Gotta get that thing in the oil pan off there. Jesus Christ. Whoever did this, I'm guessing Dodge, whoever put this oil pan gasket in is crazy. There's no way Dodge did this. He said Dodge is the only one that's worked on this. In the manual it says to put RTV in 2 spots. They RTV'd the entire front cover. It's literally RTV all the way across the cover on the gas. Jeez. See, I don't know what Dodge dealership swapped this engine, but you're not supposed to put. Wait a minute. That bolt broken? You're not supposed to put RTV all the way across the front seat.
At least it's not gonna leak.
I mean, I guess maybe. I'm trying to see how many bolts I took out. I don't think I took out all the bolts. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So one of the holes was just filled. There you have it. We're tore down and ready to take the camshaft out. Did this one get an oil pump? Hellcat oil pump. So this oil pump does need to come off. Here you go.
Oh, thank you.
Take the oil pump off. I think it's safe to say that they reused this oil pan gasket when they did it last time because they put RTV all the way around the nose up.
They just didn't want it to leak.
I can't tell if it's leaking or not. Take this oil pump off the valve insert. Now you done broke it off, and I heard it. I heard you break it. You're right. It's broken. You broke it. Don't drop it.
I'll drop it.
Say it's Snoop Dogg. Dropping it like it's hot. Reach. What I'm trying to figure out is if Dodge put an entirely new long block in this, why? Why would they do that?
They lied. They did it.
I'm trying to figure out why they would have done. That doesn't make sense. I don't know why Dodge would cover this in RTV if this is a brand new long block. They must have put a used block in. They had to put a used block in.
You're still recording?
I think Dodge put a used long block in this.
Probably. I mean, we all know Dodge don't give a fuck, especially in terms of warranty.
Because this whole front cover was covered in RTV. There's no reason they wouldn't have had to take the front cover off to do a long block swap.
Nope.
And like there's RTV back here where it's not even supposed to be RTV. So I'm thinking I might as well just replace my oil pan now.
Probably. You pause for a minute?
So Dodge or somebody has lied. Messaged the customer just now so we can get clarification. See if he wants to replace the oil pan gasket also, because somebody's been in this motor, and this is supposed to be a long block from Dodge that was replaced under warranty. So somewhere, somehow, somebody's dropped the oil pan or taken the timing cover off of this. Which, so now I'm gonna go ahead and get the timing set loose off of this to hopefully rotate this up so I can leave the oil pan on for right now until I get an answer from the customer and get this oil pump off. So let's go ahead and lock that out of place. Oh my gosh, that game. If you're even doing these on the car and you want to take the oil pump off without dropping the oil pan, you take the tensioner off, gives you more room to rotate, and then you can get the 13 right on the machinery to pull up and strip. Only on the 5.7. 6.4, the pickup tube is actually attached to the crate. Most of the 5.7 that is not. And if I drop this bolt in, once I already have the oil drain, I can just use a magnet to go down and grab it. And that's all. So you can't take them off without taking the oil pan off. That's how you do that. Now, we'll rotate this. Doesn't matter if I'm redoing the timing anyways, but I'm going to set this at top dead center so I don't have to do it later. Completely unintentionally already at top dead center. So I didn't even do that. Laser is 18. Take that off. Yeah, somebody's been in this motor. That's not factory marks. Dodge said it did a long block replacement. I think they did a cam and lifter replacement on this. I think this is still the original motor. You get a T30 so I can get that plate off real quick. But before we get that too far, I'm going to go ahead and pull these lifters out too, so we can inspect them and see what they look like. Oh shit. Brush mash, sorry. These are 8mm in here. That's why you're supposed to wear slip-resistant shoes. But my boots, we had that bad rain a couple of days ago, and my work boots got completely soaked. I don't like wet boots. So I threw them away, and I just haven't went to the store to get new ones. So I've been busy. First set of lifters out. So on these, when we're checking them, we're looking for any scoring on any of the rollers. And then you want to just lift it up and down to see if there's play. There's no play in any of those. So that's good. We don't reuse these lifters though. These get thrown away. The owner has requested a camshaft though, because he wants it as a memorabilia piece, or art piece, he said, for his house. And this he has his man cave. Which is fine. Anytime you build custom wall stuff like that, it would be fine to have. All I'm gonna do is throw it away. So we're gonna check again. Good. You also want to check for the plunger to see if there's excessive play, which I'll do that off camera. You want to press it down while they're still pumped up and see if you can just make it. If it's super spongy, that's a problem. If they're stuck in and locked, that's a problem. And if you want to identify MDS versus non-MDS lifters, as you see here, these are non-MDS lifters. They don't have holes. These right here with holes are MDS lifters. MDS system, if you need it described, I have another video for that. I'll leave the link in the description. But these lifters are good too. Sometimes they just don't want to come out. They want to stay with the motor. And it does matter what cylinder you put MDS into. What's up? Yep. Yeah. We're still trying to figure out the car. How it with it. Yeah, somebody's been in this motor. The factory markings are not insane. Dodge doesn't mark these like that in the factory. That's aftermarket. Somebody did that when they torqued that down. I think they just swapped the cam and lifters on this when they told him they replaced the whole block. What's wrong with that?
No, why you have to get a new long block anyway?
Yeah, the issue before.
They determined that it scrapped the motor.
Yeah, well, that was a book. With Dodge, their policy is if you have lifter failure, they check the VVT solenoid. If they see any metal on it at all, the motor has to be replaced. All those are good.
Let's pull that VVT.
Huh. Okay. Oh, I'm picking both. Oh, no. Into old put it. I think that's a tough one messaging back right now. I asked him wanted to put a new oil pan gasket on. So I'm pretty sure this oil pan gasket's used. So Austin, why don't we want metal in the motor? What does metal destroy in the motor? Bearings and
everything.
Rings. Yeah. I did. Yeah. Come on, let it go. Oh. Come on. Come on. Why it's so tight? It's so tight. Roll good fun. We'll have to bore scope the, we gotta get this to the customer, he wants it. Okay, turn it off, cap it off. You gonna put a lever down? Something weird happened with this motor. Should take out the MDS solenoids. It pisses everybody off when I do this because it's so easy. Chap. Wiggle, wiggle. It doesn't come, you chap it. Don't break them. Then I feel like go, hold on. No, solenoid comes out. Just tap or wiggle. Snip. Just tap again. Stupid wiring harnesses, mate. These are in there. They're in there. Yeah, there's no way this is wrong, bro. Just squirted on you. By hand. Not broken. All removed. No drilling required. Alright, so everybody, we're here in the office and we're going to go ahead and unbox this FRP Mark 82 cam kit for the 5.7 liter car. Just to show you a little bit of what you get when you order a kit from us, nightandayperformance.com. It's the same kits that are on FRPtuning.com. However, you can order them through us and we can also help you along the way. And if you're ordering for installation here, we request that you order all of your parts through us so we can make sure all your warranties are good and everything else. So inside the box you're going to get, it's going to look just like this. You're going to open it up, and the first thing you're going to see that FRP does is a checklist. They're going to go through, they're going to show you exactly everything that should be inside your cam kit as you see here. So it has the camshaft Mark 82, head bolts, OEM non-MDS lifters, limiter or lockout. This one's highlighted as a limiter because this is the Mark 82, so we use the VVT still. The cam bolt and the crank bolt, MDS plugs, Manton Racing push rods, and then we're going to also have the gasket kit here. So we have OEM gasket kit for the 5.7. Sometimes they give you them all. Water pump, car OEM or Felpro, timing cover gasket, valve cover gasket, intake gaskets, valve stem seals, head gasket set. They're going to be OEM. And you get your exhaust manifold gasket set as well, which are OEM. Pack springs, so these are the 1275X with shims, and shows you what day it was packed and who packed it, GB. That is Greg. So shout out to Greg over at FRP for helping us all the time on all of our kits, as well as Kara and Isaiah. That's the team that's over at FRP that helps everybody. And of course we have Ryan, but nobody cares about him. No, I'm just kidding. Ryan over at FRP is the tutor, and he's also the owner of FRP, and he's the one who made all of this possible. So shout out to Ryan Hogan. You're gonna have here your order number, which has your what you paid for everything, and then you're gonna have your instructions. It says read the entirety of the documents provided with your order. They may have information that pertains to you. Thank you for choosing FRP. And basically they're saying that if they sent you something and you're missing a part, please contact them, shipping@frptuning.com. So don't get upset. Don't call social media. Don't call your friend. Don't call your mom. They'll make it right. If they do happen to make a mistake in the shipping of your order, they always will make it right for you. And then here you have your valve spring overview as to what you're getting, as well as your shim locator, just a small description. And here it tells you with whichever springs you get, what you need to use as far as what shim, the installation notes. Make sure that if you're not certain, you must measure your valve spring installed height. That is very, very important. Some cylinder heads get milled, some of them get ported, some of them have different changes with them as far as when they get valve jobs that can change how you shim your valves, your valve springs, I'm sorry. So make sure you verify that. If you don't know how to do that, you can use a valve spring mic. I have a video that will be released on the channel. If it's released before this, I'll go ahead and put the link in the description. And you can also check our channel list just to see some of your general how-tos on YouTube. But you want to make sure that you have the right install height, otherwise you can break springs. You can have valves hanging open if there's not enough tension on them, things of that sort. So make sure you do that. Inside your kit, you're going to get, as I just described, I'm going to show you. So here's our 5.7 kit, which comes with these header gaskets and all that. It's a complete kit, which has head gaskets, everything for one side. So it should have 2 head gaskets, 2 valve cover, two manifold gaskets, etc. for the 5.7 Hemis. We get your OEM head bolts, or lifters, I'm sorry. These are lifters, and you make sure they're all in the same package. Some companies open them up and try to package them in smaller, but you never know if you're getting the authentic thing because they're open. These are not open. These are still fully sealed with Mopar part numbers on them. So you'll have 4 boxes of those. Each one contains 4 lifters and trays. Head bolts. You're gonna get 2 sets of head bolts, 1 for each head. You're gonna get your comp cams, either limiter or lockout. This is the limiter for this kit. Shims. These are the shims that go with your valve springs. Push rods from Manton. You're gonna get 4 MDS plugs to replace the MDS caps that we removed, the solenoids. Crank bolt, cam bolts. Make sure when you put your cam in, you torque these to 90 foot-pounds. Make sure and use blue Loctite. Otherwise you'll have problems. Pack valve springs. So these are the Pack 1275X, as I said earlier. And the pride and joy that we all love, our FRP camshaft. This is the Mark 82 cam, and inside it's going to show you your cam card. So you can, if you're not having FRP tune it, which I don't know why you would ever do that, but if you're not and you have somebody else tune it, you're going to need the cam card so you can actually tell them the specs of the cam so they can tune it. And it has your big yellow warning. Hemi camshafts, the torque specs are 90 foot-pounds with blue Loctite. Do not forget this or you will shear the pin off. If your pin breaks off in the phaser, it is not because of the cam, it is not because of the pin, it is because you did it incorrectly and you did not torque this down right. You either tightened it on top of the pin or you didn't tighten it and you sheared it off. I've done it, lots of people have done it, it happens. But that's what happens when that shears off. Alright, so like I said in there, you see your camshaft. And that's what you get when you get an FRP cam kit. We're not getting Chinese-made lifters. We're not getting Chinese-made gaskets that are rebranded to say they're ours. You know, that's 100%. This is what you're getting when you get the cam kit. It's all packaged nicely. Greg and Kara do a great job of making sure everything's boxed up nice and neat for you. And now that we have that done, that portion done, we're gonna go ahead and get this cam kit out into the shop so we can get it installed. I don't need this. I know what I'm doing. So I'll catch you guys back outside in the shop. We can go ahead and get this Mark 82 kit installed.